Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley, and today I'm going to be giving you a little vlogging update on my NaNoWriMo 2020 project. The other day I actually sat down and I started to edit it. I started plotting out some things that need to be put in a draft too. So I guess what this vlog today is going to be all about my drafting process, my edit plans for NaNoWriMo 2020, just figuring out what I'm going to be doing with this project, so come along. Honestly, the great thing about picking up this project more than a few months later after finishing it is that I've already received and processed a lot of great beta reader feedback. I haven't really gone in and added in all the comments into my Scrivener document until now because I've just been so busy, but the other day I did start trying to wrangle some significant plot ideas from the feedback I received, and I had a couple of really great brainstorming sessions with myself. Honestly, I kind of forget how long it's been since I was in this first stage of writing draft 2 or any draft 2 with implementing feedback and taking in people's suggestions and critique and the whole shebang. Since I've waited so long before returning to this project, I feel like I'm more receptive to the feedback I've been given and I'm not as resistant to changing things completely. Of course, I haven't actually changed anything in this draft yet, so we'll see how it goes. But honestly, I missed the brainstorming process. It's been a lot of fun to look at the manuscript again and just start figuring out what I need to change, especially with character motivation and overall plot arcs for a few of the characters, especially the villain slash like the secret plot twist at the end that I want to hint at more throughout the whole thing. I know especially I have a lot to do with this manuscript since it's supposed to be a YA fantasy, and since I wrote it for NaNoWriMo, it only came out at 50,000 words, a lot of growing to do. With these characters, the action sequences, the whole locations, and streamlining the traveling everyone does, it's a lot harder than it seems. And I know I'm preaching to the choir because I'm sure 90% of you are already authors as well, or you're writers in the same boat as me, but hey, it's hard. Writing is hard, everybody. Newsflash, writing is hard. Oh man. As you can see, here's my draft 2 plot outline. Yes, it's blank, but only because I have my notes somewhere in here. See? Draft 2 notes. So, just need to organize my thoughts and add in more beta comments. Woohoo! Woohoo! This is actually the first time that I'm gonna be making a concrete plot outline for my draft 2. I definitely want to try it. I think that it might be super helpful for me just to follow so that I'm not constantly like going back in all the different chapters and just trying to figure out what to add and when to add it. Although I've done that in the past and it's worked, but I kind of feel like outlining this time. I can't explain it. So we're gonna outline, we're gonna try and do this outline. I might make a spreadsheet, who knows? I might actually return to my first spreadsheet that I made for NaNoWriMo 2020, and I might figure out what I want to take from that and what I want to expand upon, because I know when I did it for NaNoWriMo, I kind of ran out of time at the end, and I kind of consolidated a lot and just squeezed everything in so that I could hit 50,000 words with a complete novel. I know I didn't have to, but that was my goal. Like, I'm a completionist. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm a completionist. I just really like completing things. Anyways, I'm gonna return to that outline. I'll see if I can find it because oh man. So yeah, I'll see if I can find it. I'll see what I can change, what I can add, etc, etc, etc. Is it bad that I don't really remember like how I've outlined things or how I've drafted second drafts of things in the past, because I feel like every time that I've gotten beta feedback, I've just taken all the comments from people and then I've thrown them onto Scrivener and then I've gone chapter by chapter by chapter. I might actually do that. I might like put in my notes within the text within the chapters themselves so that I don't have to rely on just the comments, so that it's just me and like I can have my notes of where to add and what to add, and you should add this, you should take away this, expand upon this, expand upon that. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands, but we're gonna try and figure things out. It's gonna be a ride. I'm ready. I just spit at the camera. All right. So I found my project outline for NaNoWriMo 2020. It is downloading. Oh my god, wait, I gotta show you. All right, Excel plot outline. I think this is a great start. God, what are we gonna do? While my Excel spreadsheet opens and it like takes 5 hours, oh man, it's not even there. It's still downloading. It doesn't even want to open. Anyways, while my Excel spreadsheet opens, I've figured out that I'm gonna at least try and get through the first 3 chapters tonight. My revisions, just going through the comments, figuring out what needs to be done, focusing in on the smaller things that I need to do first, because believe it or not, I think that like going through and combing through the word choices and just like these small sentence things that I need to fix is a lot easier than like going through and making the hugest plot choices right now. I also figured out that I kind of have a lot of huge plot choices to make and a lot of huge character decisions to redo. So I definitely think that that's going to be the most work overall. We'll see how it goes. But for now, first 3 chapters, all the comments that I can get, yay. So one of my notes from my beta readers has been to actually add in a prologue, or at least like another preface to the book. So as I've been going through chapter 1, I've been figuring out what needs to be added to the prologue, where the prologue needs to begin, kind of who it has to be about, and I'm kind of in a lucky situation because back in November, I actually wrote all these different news articles from the point of view of a side character in the, oh my god, I was gonna say play, in the NaNoWriMo project. And I feel like the prologue might be a good place to insert one of those, we'll see, or at least like use a different perspective, use a different point of view than Phoebe, than the main character. Probably use that newspaper reporter, newspaper girl. I cannot speak. That's why I'm gonna go edit now. Hello. It is now the next morning. I found the plot notebook that I used for my second or third draft of my main YA fantasy manuscript. It's right here, and I think that I actually used Susan Dennard's method of plotting and like replotting, revising, etc. So I think that I'm gonna return to that today. I also started writing and started jotting down some ideas for the prologue today, so I want to really just let that flow, write the prologue, see what I can come up with that, see what I can do, all the information that I can include, because I really think that once I get the prologue right on the page, that'll just be really, really good, and like it'll be a good foundation for the rest of the revisions. So here we go. As I'm writing this prologue, it kind of feels like I'm writing the entire battle and not just what just has to happen in order for the main character to wake up at the start. But I feel like that's good because I'm like getting into her head more. I'm getting more into the world, like fleshing out the world, fleshing out what this kind of looks like. I'm having the issue where I'm seeing it fine in my head, you know, but then when I'm writing it on the page, it kind of feels like I'm being too wordy. I don't know. I'll have to like read it back, like actually read it back and see if I'm right or not. This is actually the first time that I've written a prologue, which is interesting. And now I kind of feel like I want to do it for everything. Maybe not everything, but for some writing projects. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It's pretty fun though. I'm trying to figure out where the main character lands at the end of this, then going ahead and starting the book instead of the prologue at the right point so that no one's confused, except where I've started the book in the first place, people have been like, you need a prologue to explain things. So then I'm like, what about the readers who skip prologues? Which you're blasphemous, by the way. Don't skip prologues. They're important. Or at least don't skip my prologues. Honestly, the hardest part of jumping into revising something right now is figuring out the revision process again, especially because no project will ever need the same kind of drafting that you've done before. I think that I'm really in a good place with this first draft of this prologue, just trying to capture the chaos and the unfamiliar beings that invade this town and whatnot. And as far as going through the first 3 chapters, I think I'm starting to also get a handle on what my main character needs, what her friends need to do, and the kind of exposition that has to happen in order for the story to flow, but also make sense. Which it should. That's the goal. But I'm actually really excited to be revising again. I know I just revised a play, but doing novel revisions is such a different world that it kind of feels like I'm stepping into this for the first time again. First time again. That's a pretty contradicting statement, isn't it? Anyways, hope you all enjoyed this video. Hope you all enjoyed hearing about my drafting process, revising process, and seeing it in action again. It's probably only been a couple weeks since I've done like a proper writing vlog, but the majority of that writing has been fanfiction and writing plays, so it doesn't feel quite the same. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you all soon with a new video. Bye! Gonna try and figure this thing out. I don't know what that was.